So we're out here boondocked in the Anza Borrego Desert State Park, Southern California, and I'm going to do a review of the Harbor Freight solar panels. Probably like many of you, I was looking for a way to keep our trailer batteries charged up when we didn't have shore power. We like to come out to places like this in the desert and stay without hookups, away from people, have solitude. And we need a way to keep our dual batteries charged in our Lance trailer. So the Harbor Freight panels were my way of doing that. This was my first time buying solar panels. So let's talk about the ups and downs and why we chose these and how they've worked out for us. There's a few reasons I chose these panels. One was cost. So Harbor Freight gives you, really good value on the products that they have, and it's affordable. So that's a big deal. The other reason was I wanted panels that I could move around. So the thing is that if you have fixed panels on your roof of your RV, you really can't move them to be angled to the sun very easily. You'd have to move your rig around. So with these panels, you can see I've got the sun shining here. I can simply, they're very lightweight. I can simply move them where I need to go. Throughout the day, the sun changes. I can get the maximum wattage out of panels by pointing them into the sun. Now, these are amorphous panels, and don't claim to be an expert on solar panels, but I know there's amorphous, and then there's another kind that looks a little different. The amorphous panels like these work in indirect light or at different angles, or even on cloudy days. That's another reason I bought these. I came up on the roof of our RV just to talk about, again, why I chose the panels I did. I really didn't want to be up here putting screws into my roof. The roofs of these RVs already have enough things, attached to them, enough seals to fail, enough things to maintain, and I just didn't feel like coming up here and bolting stuff to it. The advantage to doing that, though, would be that the solar panels, when you pull up to camp, they're ready to go. They're on your roof, and you can just pull up and get charging. So that's a big advantage to having them up here, but I just didn't choose to do that. A downside of having the portable panels like this is that you got to set them up. So you get to camp. In our rig, I keep our panels here in this storage. You can see I have bubble wrap, and I just stack them in here, and they've traveled thousands of miles that way, no problem. But you have to pull them out, put the stands up, connect the cords. And by the way, the kit comes with 4 panels. It's so sunny today that I only put 3 out because I just don't need that much power. So yeah, that's a downside compared to having fixed panels on your roof. So what I do is the setup's pretty easy. I pull them out, put the stands up, move them where I want them, connect. The kit has this splitter that connects, to the one cord going to the charge controller, and then has a 4-way splitter for the 4 panels. You can see that's the one that's not connected. You can connect 1, 2, 3, or 4, just depending on what you need. Okay, here's the charge controller. This is the one that comes with the panels. Some people say that it's cheap and maybe you should upgrade it. Maybe that's true, but this works for us. It does the basic job it needs to do. So how it works is that here's the input coming in from the panels. You simply plug it into this port there, and then the readout gives you the voltage that the panels are putting out. Now the charge controller does a few things. It regulates the voltage of the panels coming into your trailer, which is really important. The panels produce, I don't know how many volts, but not the voltage that your battery wants to get. So this regulates that. What I did, so my trailer, probably like many of you who have trailers out there, has this thing called solar on the side. And the dealership, of course, wants to say that, oh, you need to buy a special kit for this and all these things. Well, not really. It's simply just an SAE connector like you would have on a battery tender or a lot of different wiring harnesses out there. You can buy these for a few bucks. So it plugs into the trailer. That goes into the wiring of the trailer to the battery. And then this plugs into the output of the charge controller. I obviously didn't do a very pretty job here wiring this. and I'm famous for crappy wiring, but it works. So this connects in here to these screw terminals, goes into the SAE, and goes into the trailer. So the trailer is getting the voltage it needs, and that's your charge controller. So I have my controller here just with some 3M dual lock. So I put this away when I'm traveling, and I just stick it up here when we're using it, and that's good. I don't leave it out. Well, if it's raining or snowing or something, I'm not going to have the panels out probably, so it would be stowed. There's a lot of misconceptions out there about powering your RV or your trailer. People think that if they have solar panels, they can run their microwave, their air conditioning, or a common question is, well, how much panels do I need to run my AC or run my microwave or do this or that? Well, the first issue to understand is that solar panels produce DC power. Okay, DC power is the kind of power that your batteries put out, right? Direct current. Now, I'm not a physicist, so I'm not going to try to tell you what all this means. My generator here, which I use only when I need to, produces AC power, right? And I happen to have an inverter generator, so actually it may produce DC and then go to AC. I don't really know. Don't, look for another video for that. But essentially, a generator is going to give you, like this one is 2,000 watts, right? So with that amount of wattage at a low elevation where it's more efficient, I can run the AC on my trailer, but you'll have to check the wattage on your AC. I can also easily run my microwave. So can you run your microwave or AC off solar panels? Well, the answer is yes and no. You could if you could run it off DC power. You just have to put an inverter on your trailer. So you'd have to invert your DC power from your batteries to AC power to run something like a microwave. Now, in order to do that, you're going to have one hell of a battery bank that produces a lot of power, and you're going to drain your batteries very, very quickly. I don't think there's many people doing that for that reason, but theoretically, could you do it? Yeah. Air conditioning is more of a challenge. So a trailer like mine has, I don't know, a 12,000 or 15,000 BTU air conditioner, and that's a smaller one. There's no way you're going to run that off any sort of batteries. Batteries don't hold that much energy. Just enough to get you by, start your car, run your water pump, typical things like that. So back to the Harbor Freight panels. Do I recommend them? Yes. We've used them on a number of different trips. They've been perfectly fine, have no issues with them. They seem durable, they're lightweight enough, they're easy to set up. And with some basic knowledge, you can wire them into your trailer very easily. Just remember that you need a charge controller. It comes with one. It works fine for me. Some people say it's cheap. That's probably true, but it's serviceable. It works. Do a little homework on your needs, but this is a 100-watt setup if I had all 4 panels out. So technically I've got 75 watts. You have to realize that anything like this is not 100% efficient. So they say it's a 100-watt system. Are you ever going to achieve 100 watts coming out of it? No. That's theoretical efficiency, not real world. So even directly in the sun, all 4 panels out, they're not going to give you 100 watts. It's just not going to happen. How much wattage do you need? Well, you probably don't need as much as you think because you're just trying to keep your trailer batteries charged. So the electricity that you use overnight to run your TV, your water pump, your furnace, things like that is probably not that much. So if you keep your panels out during the day, it's going to give you more than enough watt hours, coming in over the day to keep your coach batteries charged up. And that's pretty simple. You can monitor how much amperage, how much wattage is giving you. You can put on meters. You can do all that, and that's fine. You don't really need to. Watch the voltage on your trailer batteries. Have a voltmeter, or you can actually use the charge controller as a voltmeter for your trailer batteries and see how much voltage drop you're getting. You can print out a little chart from the internet. Just Google it, battery voltage status or level, and you can print out a little chart and say, okay, how much percentage is my battery at this voltage? And that's easy to know. So pretty basic. Here's the part where I get to cautions about this stuff. So dealerships, RV dealers, right? They're famous for ripping you off, not providing good service. I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone. I know there's a lot of honest dealers and honest people, but that's kind of the way of the industry, how they make money by add-ons. So they might sell you $1,000 solar system or say, oh, this costs $700 to add it. Well, these panels I think were $139 maybe on sale, with a coupon that often come out, and I didn't have to buy anything extra. The trailer already has an input for solar. So that's all I had to spend, $139, and I've got solar panel for my trailer, no problem. I didn't have to pay the dealership $700 to install all this fancy equipment. You can do that if you want, and there's advantages to that, or you can do it yourself. Just be aware of what a dealer is charging you and what you're actually getting for the money. Again, knowledge is power. So I should wrap up this review. Please check out my other videos. I have a review coming very soon on Lance travel trailers, comparing them to the R-Pods and other models. And check out the other reviews on my channel. Most of all, go out, have fun, go camping. Sorry everyone, my crazy wife has been screaming about a bug, which interrupted the video.
I'm so sorry.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay, so the wife is settled. Hopefully no more screaming from bugs or lizards or anything, other phobias that she has.
Shut up.
So I'll be in the doghouse tonight, by the way. So anyway, yep, Harbor Freight solar panels, great value. I have no affiliation with the company. I'm not sponsored. This is not a commercial channel. I don't do any of that fancy stuff. Just a guy who goes camping and uses products and wants to give you guys opinions on how they work. So 2 thumbs up for me. They work great for me. Do your own research. Your mileage may vary. All those disclaimers. We'll see you soon.